Hey everyone, and welcome to the Gym Business Explainer. This is for all of you out there in the trenches, the gym owners, the operators, managers, salespeople, entrepreneurs, and personal trainers. Today, we're going to be walking through a white paper from the one and only Jim Thomas, and it's all about how to turn your biggest challenge, uncertainty, into your greatest strength. Our goal here is simple: give you some actionable insights you can use right away. So let's jump right in.
And hey, speaking of navigating challenges, if you're looking to open a new gym, acquire one, or you just need some working capital to grow, we can help you with funding options up to $500K. The best part? It's unsecured, with no restrictions on how you use it. We'll talk a little more about why having a financial buffer is so key later on, but for now, you can find out more at fmconsulting.net.
All right, so let's start with a question for you. And I want you to really think about this for a second. What is the single biggest challenge that's keeping you up at night in your business? Now, I bet a lot of your minds went straight to that new studio that just popped up down the street, right? And look, new competition is a huge pressure, no doubt about it. But that's not what we're talking about today. Or maybe you were thinking about inflation, the rising costs of absolutely everything, from towels to payroll. A major pain point for sure. But believe it or not, that's still not the number one challenge we're facing. It's uncertainty, that feeling of just not knowing what's coming around the corner. And as our author, Jim Thomas, points out, it is the one true constant in the fitness industry. So first, let's just dig into the nature of this uncertainty. See, the key insight here is that this isn't some temporary problem we can just solve and then it's gone. No way. It's a permanent feature of the business landscape that we have to learn how to navigate. And it shows up in so many different forms, doesn't it? You've got these economic shifts that mess with memberships, new competitors popping up out of nowhere, and technology is constantly changing what our members expect from us. On top of all that, consumer behavior is shifting faster than ever, and unpredictable staff turnover can throw a massive wrench in your operations at any given moment. Okay, so we know what it is, but why is it so uniquely dangerous to the health of a gym? Let's break down some of these hidden threats to your momentum. First, and this one is a really big deal, it paralyzes your decision-making. When you're uncertain, the natural tendency is to just freeze. You delay hiring that key trainer, you hit pause on your marketing spend, but in the fitness world, momentum is everything. Inaction isn't just standing still, it's a massive lost opportunity. Second, it completely erodes confidence. When an owner hesitates, the team feels it. The members can sense it. That little bit of doubt trickles down and creates instability from the inside out. Your leadership and your confidence literally set the tone for the entire business. And finally, it amplifies risk. Fear can lead to some really impulsive, reactive decisions. Slashing prices out of desperation, cutting valuable programs just to save a few bucks. These moves might feel like a solution in the moment, but they often cause way more long-term damage to your brand and your bottom line. But here's the pivot. This is where we reframe the entire conversation. Because, according to the white paper, uncertainty isn't just a threat. If you approach it with the right mindset, it can actually be a massive opportunity. And this is where we really flip the script. The same pressure that paralyzes some people can force you to become more creative. The instability that erodes weak leadership, well, it reveals and strengthens the true leaders. And the risk that causes panic, it forces the best operators to become ruthlessly efficient. So how do you actually make that shift from threat to opportunity? It all starts with a plan. So let's get into Jim Thomas's 5-part leadership playbook for thriving when things get a little tough. All right, here's the playbook. Let's break it down. First, become relentlessly member-centric. Obsess over their evolving needs, not just your bottom line. Second, double down when others retreat. When your competitors cut their marketing budgets, that's your chance to get louder and capture market share. Third, be flexible. Think scalable operations and membership options that can adapt to whatever the world throws at you. Fourth, build a war chest. Create that financial buffer before you need it. And finally, communicate. Your team and your members need confident, transparent leadership, especially when things are up in the air. Let's zoom in on number 4 for a second, building a war chest. This is so crucial. Having cash reserves or maybe a line of credit secured before a crisis hits, well, that's the difference between having options and being trapped. It's a proactive move that gives the leader the power to act decisively instead of just reacting out of fear. So the crucial point here is this. We need to stop seeing uncertainty as something to be avoided and start seeing it as a form of resistance training for our business. And this analogy just brilliantly illustrates the final takeaway. Jim Thomas puts it perfectly. Your members already know that stress and resistance are what create strength. Well, the same is true for your business. The market shifts, the new challenges, those are the very things that are going to make you more resilient, more innovative, and a sharper leader. So the real question isn't how you avoid uncertainty. You can't. The real question I want to leave you with is this: how will you prepare your gym, starting today, to thrive because of it? Now, if you want to explore these strategies a little further, you can contact Jim Thomas directly. You can reach him by phone at 214-629-7223, or you can send him an email at jthomas@fmconsulting.net. And a huge thank you to our sponsor, Gym Business Manager, offering some of the best gym software for your business. You can check them out at gymbusinessmanager.com. Thanks so much for watching.